Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Brandy Janae, and I'm back with another video. Okay, guys, do me a favor. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you decided to stop by and listen to this video. If you are returning to my channel, make sure you have hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when another video is uploaded or when I go live. Okay, guys, so today's video is Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 taglines. Taglines were released yesterday, and I want to get your opinions about what you think about the taglines. Okay, now you can see from the thumbnail and from the title, this is unpopular opinions, okay, because I got a feeling that my opinions are going to be unpopular, but I'm not sure. So again, make sure you drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think of everybody's tagline. I mean, listen, I'm gonna give you an overall at the end after we listen to everybody's. And I just want to see who agrees and who disagrees, right? This is a new season. Of course, we have 4 new housewives. So it is feeling like a fresh start. Of course, you can tell from the cast photo that they are going in a different direction than what we are used to for the last 15 years. I'm excited about it, but let me tell you, I am the same like most people. I am comfortable and used to, the things that I'm used to. And sometimes change can be a little bit hard for me. So I might be being a little bit over judgmental. Y'all gonna let me know if I am, but this is where I stand now. So we're gonna see if y'all agree or if it truly is an unpopular opinion. Okay, so again, guys, season 16 has started this Sunday. They will air episode 3. So we are on episode 3. Um, so far so good. I have the review for the first premiere episode, so you can go back to my channel and listen to that review. I believe that is with me and Word on the Curb. And you can look for a new review this Monday, where we will cover last week's episode and the new episode. um so again, taglines came out yesterday. We're gonna listen to them one by one, and I'm gonna tell you what my thoughts are. Okay. So first up, we have Miss Portia Williams. Portia Gobadia slash take the Gobadia off, and now we are Williams. We never got to see Portia's Portia Gobadia. Oh, womp womp womp. Poor thing, but she is back with the girls over at Real Housewives of Atlanta. She got her peach back, and her tagline is "I snatched my peach back. Now I am bringing the juice." Let's listen to it and see what we think. I snatched my peach back. Now I'm bringing the juice. Everyone else is in the basement. Oh, y'all, wait a minute. Okay, sorry, y'all. Did y'all get it? Did y'all get it? I snatched my peach back. Now I'm bringing the juice. Let's see. If we was gonna rate let's do 1 to 5. Because for me, after we get through them all, you can let me know if I should have given them up to a 10, but none of them are 10s. So we're gonna do just a rate 1 to 5, right? And for Portia, especially being an OG, she's been on quite a few seasons. I thought hers would have came with a little more spice, with a little more Like I was expecting a little more. However, we know Portia is a homegrown Atlantean. Is that even a word, or did I just make that up? But she is homegrown from Atlanta. And we do know Peach Juice is her, let's say, alter ego. Okay, that's who she was during the season of Bolo, which was her last season. So maybe that's what this tagline is. It's a play on her last season. She was last we last saw her as Peach Juice when they were at South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina. I can't remember where they were, but you know, infamous Bolo and Cynthia's bachelorette party. So I snatched my peach back. Now I'm bringing back. Now I'm bringing the juice again. Play on peach juice. We scale from 1 to 5. I am going to give it a 3. It's just kind of mid level, you know, for me. Now, what I do know, so keep this in mind, or I guess I should tell myself that. But the housewives do not choose their own taglines. What I understand is that they maybe give a few suggestions, and maybe they even say it, you know, right? And then it's kind of selected for them. So again, I think that's what the peach juice play is. I snatched my peach bag. Now I'm bringing the juice. I think I may have seen online that some people were saying maybe it was a kind of dig to Marlo. I cannot remember what Marlo's peach line was. I know it was something about now I got that peach, something like that. Now I got that peach. Something I used to some bring the juice. Now I got that peach. Something like that. But anyhow, yeah, I'm giving it a 3. Let me know what y'all think. Okay, scale of 1 to 5. Let me know what y'all think. Let's see if I can get the play again. All right, tell me what y'all think about that one. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one, and I forgot to show the picture, y'all. Okay, so the next up is Drew Sidora. Okay, Drew Sidora, Drew be lying, as we gonna call her, because her and Mia both be lying, and we got to go through another season of Drew doing whatever she can to stay relevant, because that is what Drew does best. But let's go ahead and hear her tagline. It's gonna say, "I'll always be upper level while everyone else is in the basement." Let's see how she delivers that. Always be upper level. Everyone else is in the basement. All right, 1 to 5. What we think about that, y'all? Listen, the first thing I thought as soon as I heard it was, Drew, you got a lot of nerve. Now I know Ralph is the man underneath the stairs. So listen, if y'all ever hear me refer to the man underneath the stairs, that is Ralph, because he has been banished to the basement, court ordered. Okay, and she is banished to not enter the basement. Okay. So she is right when she says she'll always be upper level, because she is not allowed to go down in the basement. But this is what I want to say. Upper level, girl, the way you look, is is that what we call it? Upper level? Girl, you really need to cut it out. Who chose this for her? The producers don't like her. I think they just be making fun of her too in the edit room. Like, we don't even need to make her look like anything, because she just lay it all down right for us. Girl, you are in the basement too. You just don't know it. That's all I got. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm giving Drew it's almost like I want to give her a 2 just because, but it's definitely not 3. So yeah, we just gonna go with 2. We just gonna go with 2. It's definitely not a 3. Y'all let me know. Drop down in the comments. Tell me what y'all thought about Drew's. I'll always be upper level. Everyone else is in the basement. Girl, I can't even say that with a straight face. Drew is delusional. Drew is delusional. Listen, y'all, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I am going to do a whole separate video on the Portia and Drew of it all, okay? And we're just gonna talk about this whole Dennis, Portia, Drew storyline. I'll make it really quick, but it's gonna be separate. It's not gonna be included in this. But yes, honey, I cannot say that with a straight face. Drew really thinks she is like upper echelon, and girl, you is like the way you lie and the things you lie about, girl. You oh god. And listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. This I am on a mission. As a matter of fact, let me go on the internet right now. Let me go on Beyonce's internet and look up Drew Sidora because I need to know exactly where she is from Chicago, because I got a feeling. Listen, I'm a Chicago girl myself. Now, I may have moved when I was in middle school, but Chicago down home to my heart, okay? And listen, I Drew, the way she is, this as slimy as she is, I'm not saying she not from Chicago, but I'm just saying she not from where I'm from, because the people I rock with don't really act like that. So I'm saying she either from the west side of Chicago, okay, or she is not from Chicago at all. And when I say she is not from Chicago at all, that means she is not from Cook County. She lives in some other county that is adjacent to Chicago. And that is why she claims she is from Chicago. Because these lies that she be giving, I cannot with her. I cannot. She is sneaky, slimy, and slithering. You sneaky, slimy, slithering son of a. You drop down in the comments and tell me where that's from. Yes, let me see real quick what they got to say, honey. What they got to say. This is on Wikipedia that I'm looking up, and I just want to see if they are going to give us a area of town. And that, in my opinion, that's going to be very important, because if we can't find out like where her high school is, because that kind of would give you a inkling of the area she lived in, right? And okay, Wikipedia has nothing. Okay, Wikipedia has nothing. Hey, drop down in the comments, y'all. Who went to school with Drew? Where y'all know her from? What part of Chicago she from? Because I'm here to tell you she ain't from Chicago at all. She is from Illinois. She is not from the Cook County, honey. She is not. Okay? That is another lie that she told. That is another scheme that Ty has set up for the bull. No, that's another lie she told. I'm almost certain. I'm gonna tell y'all one or the other. If she is from the actual city, actual Cook County, she is from the west side with the rest of the slime. That's not cool. All right. I just kind of happen to think, because I'm from the south side myself, so we're a little uppity. Not north side uppity, but because we still cool, but still uppity, like, okay. So I'm just kind of thumbing my nose up at the West Side girls. You know how we do, but y'all cool, except for Drew, honey. That I'm telling y'all, Drew ain't from Cook County. I'm standing on that. Drop down in the comments. Somebody tell me she ain't from Cook County. Anyway, let's move on to the next. Let's move on to Miss Shamia, Miss Shamia Morton. She's I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm coming out. That's not her tagline. That is me. Just singing for y'all. Okay, so Shamia's tagline is plus one. Honey, I've always been that one. Let's hear it and see what we think. In the basement. Plus one, honey. Always been that one. Okay, what do we think? Scale of 1 to 5. I'm gonna give her a 3. I'm gonna give her a 3. Um, I, you, I get it, right? I get it. I see where everybody's going, right? Look, she is not the sidekick. She is not the, what did Drew happen to call her? Lapdog. She is not the, forever best friend, sidekick, side piece. Don't have as much as my best friend. Like, we're not doing those. We're not doing that. That's what she's saying. Plus one, honey, I've always been that one. I mean, we getting it. I think she could have gave a little more attitude. I'm feeling like this. This is an unpopular opinion, y'all. I'm feeling like Shamia is stepping into some shoes that don't that like that are not hers. They don't fit, and that's that kind of it girl thing. What I mean, because she can be an it girl without having that, it attitude. Like, yeah, I know she needs to hone into like the candy of it all. And what I mean is, Candy generally doesn't puff her chest out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that girl, I'm this, I'm that. She doesn't do that. She really kind of let everybody else do it. And she might, like, when the time comes for her to, pop her, she does. And that's the way it should go. I kind of thought that was what Shamir was going to bring, but I think she's kind of she's in the comments, poor baby. And so I think she is wanting to perform for the comments. And I think she's gonna find herself in a place where we're not gonna know who Shamia is, because that person, the plus one, honey, I have always been that one. That's not the Shamia we know. We never saw that girl. Her though. Who this woman? We never saw her before. You've been on our TV screens too many years. We never saw her before. And it's okay, because we understanding where you at now. We understanding what your background is, and we're understanding that we're about to learn so much more about you, because your role as a friend did not require that we learn those things about you. But that girl, yeah, she ain't never showed her face. So I'm a little confused, Shamir. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. It's about this tagline. So plus one, honey. I've always been that one. What we rating it? What we rating it? 1 through 5. I said I was giving it a 3, right? I'm gonna give it a solid 3. Okay, so that's Portia and Shamia with 3, and Drew is at a 2. Okay, so far nobody's gotten a 1, so I guess that's good. But I feel like 4 and 5 is where you want to be, right? But we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. All right, so here we go with Miss Kelly. I don't know why I can't remember her last name. Farrell. There we go, Kelly Farrell. Um, like Rochelle Farrell. Do y'all know who that is? Drop down in the comments if you do. Anyway, hey guys, if you've been here this long, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I am working so hard to get to 1,000 subscribers. So please help me out there. Help me out. So I can keep bringing you some more videos and some more content. All right, so we're with Kelly, Kelly Farrell, and her tagline is up next. She says, I am a mom of 4 girls. Give me attitude and I'll ground you too. Let's see what it sounds like coming out her mouth. 4 girls. Give me attitude and I'll ground you too. Yeah. We got our first one, ladies and gentlemen. We had our first one, because that fell flat. And I cannot imagine if they had a couple to choose from, that's the one that they chose, what the other ones was like. Like, those other ones had to be totally terrible, because I didn't understand that, Kelly. I think she missed the assignment. She did not get that right. She did not take her notes in study class that day, and so she failed. Yeah, that's what had happened. What y'all think? Drop down in the comments. Let me know. 1 through 5. What do y'all rate Miss Kelly's? I'm a mom of 4 girls. Give me attitude, and I will ground you too. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. That is Miss Angela Oakley. Angela Oakley, another first-time housewife for this Sweet 16 season. Angela Oakley is married to NBA legend Charles Oakley. Quick story, y'all. If you watched Real Housewives of Atlanta Sweet 16 and everything in between, you will have already heard the story about me thinking that Charles Oakley was the owner of Oakley's sunglasses. quick story. I worked at Sunglass Hut for about 6 months right after high school. And that is, of course, there I learned about the all the sunglasses, Ray-Bans and Oakley. At the time, which I think is still true today, were the most popular brand, kind of the as far as Sunglass Hut goes, it was kind of in their top levels. They had different prices. But anyway, back to the Oakleys, and specifically Michael Jordan had a pair of Oakley sunglasses that, I mean, of course, everything Jordan put touches is flying out the shelves. So specifically, there were some Jordan Oakleys that really, sold very well. Most people were coming in looking for them. And because they were Michael Jordan Oakleys, I just assumed that Charles Oakley had to be the person who I guess was the designer, made them. I don't know. But that's how I got there from there. Okay. Because Michael Jordan had a pair of sunglasses or a design of sunglasses named after him. And I just assumed that that was his friend Charles Oakley doing him a favor. Back to Miss Angela Oakley. Okay. Miss Angela Oakley, she delivers her tagline, and her tagline is, if you want to find the shade, just look for the oak. We're gonna listen to it come out her mouth again. 1 to 5. Let's see what we're gonna rate it. YouTube. You want to find the shade, just look for the oak. Okay, okay. I like it. I do actually like it. I like it more than all the other ones. We're gonna give Angela a 4. We really should. We really. I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and give her a 5, and really just because it's our first season. Like, and I feel like she kind of knocked that out the park. Because here's the thing, we're not really sure if she's shady or not, right? And we only two episodes in. So far, she is kind of she's giving me a real Sheree vibe. I think Andy Cohen may have said that on Watch What Happens, and I agree. So I think that's why that's in my head. But she definitely kind of seemed like she would fit more in with the old crew, right? With the Sheree and Nene and Cynthia. Like if that whole crew was there, like maybe she should have came in instead of Phaedra. I don't know. But yeah, or hey, like maybe she should have been in place of Deshaun Snow way back when. Oh, they wasn't married then. Okay, never mind. Anyway, I like it. I like it. I think Angela hit it out the park. And again, it's her first season. She does not seem to have that kind of like shady demeanor, that like kind of bitchy demeanor, that like Cruella de Vil type of. So I like this. It's a play on her name, Oak Tree, Oakley. So yeah, if you're looking for the shade, which most times when you're looking for the shade, what you look for? You look for a tree or something, right? Something with a covering. But say if you're looking for the shade, just look for the oak. Hey, which she said, I'm bringing the shade. So we're gonna see, Angela. We're gonna see if you're gonna live up to your tagline. I'm gonna go ahead and give Angela a 5 because one of the girls do deserve it. I don't think this last one is gonna get it. So we're gonna go give Angela a 5. We're gonna go and give Angela a 5. Yeah. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Okay, let's move on to our last and final housewife. No pun intended and no shade meant to be thrown. This is just the order in which they have come. This is Miss Britt Eady. Okay, Miss Britt Eady. Miss Britt Eady is also a new housewife this season. Of course, we are expecting to see her and Kenya have a little rift. Okay, and we'll see what that's all about. The jury is still out on if we like Britt or not. But her tagline is in, and it is, I'm pretty and paid Of course, there's haters trying to shade. Let's hear this from her mouth, okay?
I'm pretty and pretty. Of course, there's haters trying to shit.
Hated it. Hated it. It's a quick one. It's an easy one for me. It's an easy one. Y'all drop down in the comments and tell me what you think. That's an easy one for me. Like, pretty and paid. I mean, now listen, we did learn that she is a real estate agent. That's all we know because we don't know what her husband does, or did I blank out when she was saying that? Huh. Yeah, but she lowered in Drew. Drew got a 2, right? Drew got a 2. So Portia got a 3. Drew got a 2. Shamia has a 3. Okay. Kelly. Kelly got a 1. Did I even give her a number? It's a 1. Oh yeah. I think I did give her a 1 originally anyway, because that's what I said. Like, really? And I kind of feel the same way about Brits. They friends too, right? Huh? They must have came up with what they was gonna turn in together. They must have helped each other out with it because they feeling like y'all didn't understand the assignment. Yeah, yeah, it's feeling like that. And they must have teamed up with that together. Angela got a 5. So Angela did the best. Okay, girl. If you want to find the shade, just look for the yolk. I like that. I like that. That's a little boss up power. Yeah, that's a little boss up power. We like that. We like that. Um, and so Brit also got a 1. Okay. Brit also has a 1. So what I'm gonna do is something kind of fun. I'm gonna see what they average because, okay, like I told y'all, I was gonna tell you what I thought overall, right? Once we got through all of the taglines, I was gonna give you an overall. Now, just instantly, the overall is it's a fail for me. I didn't like them collectively. I don't like them. Collectively, it is a reflection of what I thought about the cast photos. Um, I do think that this is given a little low budget. And I understand that maybe, just maybe, they are trying to reach I don't even think a younger demographic, but I believe that they are wanting to appeal, right? Appeal to a younger demographic. And with that, to me, because I think everybody, this is not an unpopular opinion because I think other people share this opinion. The cast photo was given Fashion Nova, real young, the fur boots. In my opinion, animal print, that animal print, everybody in animal print kind of like cheapens up everything. And that's like animal print can be really, really sexy. And then it can go really, really like cheesy and cheap really fast. You really have to be careful with that. So I felt like I didn't really care for the cast photos. I think the cast photos is given what's the little the dude I don't even not even the dude ranch. What's that show that was on HBO a long time ago? And it was about the ranch. And they did, like, I think the people went to the ranch, to hook up with people. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was a show, and yes, I saw it, and y'all know what I'm talking about. That's what this is giving. Yeah, so I didn't really care for it. Maybe I just got older, and maybe I have gotten way more reserved in my older age, but it was real cheap for me. And these taglines seem to match it as far as I'm concerned. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do an average. And so what I want to see is just what would the average be from the scores that I gave the girls. Okay. So I added up everybody. So how you get an average. I know, we haven't been in school for a long time, but I do remember that. If you have a business, honey, you better know how to do that at least, honey. I do know how to get my average. So, you total up all the scores, and then you're going to divide by how many people it is, that you're scoring. Okay. And then we're going to see what percentage that's going to give us and if that's going to be a pass or fail. Okay. So we total up everything. That is 12. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 housewives all together, which that's easy, right? That's 2. Okay. Um, and what would we say? So yeah, 2 would be failing because that would be a D. 100% would be the 5. 90 would be 4. 80 would be 3. 70 would be 2. I just lost my train of thought. 70 would be 2. No. Um 70 would be an F. I think we didn't got all the way down there. So yeah, 2 is definitely like, yeah, they failed. So and that's what I thought overall anyway. Overall is that I didn't like it. So drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. I mean, I'm still here for season 16. Again, I'm trying not to have too many preconceived expectations so that I can give the show and this season an opportunity to make me forget 14 and 15 ever happened, first of all. And then also just get me acquainted with the new housewives and get me used to just a new way of seeing things and a new way that they are doing things. Of course, the Ghost of Kenya Moore did not get a tagline, womp womp womp. But y'all can go over to Kempire because he did a video also where they talk about the taglines. And so he created a tagline for Kenya Moore. I thought it was really cute. I can't remember exactly what it is, but he played off her name with the more. I think it was something like "You can take my peach, but they'll always want more." Something like that. It was cute, similar to the oak tree. Similar to Angela's about if you're looking for the shade, find the oak. Yeah, that I like clever stuff like that. That's pretty clever, and it's a double entendre. Like I like that little smart stuff. Like you got to be a little smart, honey. Like we ain't gonna do those like low hanging fruit, low to the ground nubs, honey. I'm a shade you, and you gonna need to your IQ level gonna need to be up here, okay, and not down there in my funky Dineva voice. Anyway, so that's all I got on this video. Again, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like this video, please. This not only helps my channel, but it will help you be introduced to other content creators who are talking about some of these same topics and even other topics. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification. You will be notified whenever I upload a new video or when I go live. You can catch me live on Sundays where me and Word on the Curb are doing weekly wrap ups. Okay, we just talk about some fun stuff or maybe not so fun things that have happened all week and over the weekend. And we are also recapping Real Housewives of Atlanta every Monday evening. Again, that might change because once I get to 1,000, that's when I put this on my schedule. But until then, sometimes we might decide we're going to go another day. And so if you subscribed and if you had a bell notification hit, you can be notified if we decide to change the day. However, for now, you can catch me on Sundays and Mondays. I hope you enjoyed this video. Drop down in the comments. Let me know, what do you rate the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 taglines? 1 through 5. What is your average? And did Real Housewives of Atlanta, did they pass or fail? All right. Until next time, enjoy your weekend.